Question of the Week from the Naked Scientists.
Welcome to Question of the Week from the Naked Scientists. I'm Georgia Mills, and this week I'm cooking up an answer to Steve's question.
Switzerland has now banned boiling lobsters alive. Do they experience pain? How do we know?
Lobsters don't have brains, so it's reasonable to assume that they can't experience pain like we do. But how can we find out for sure? Well, to help us out, here's Professor Bob Elwood from Queen's University, Belfast.
Animals face hazards that cause tissue damage, and most animals have reflex responses to protect them from such damage. Some have also evolved the capacity for pain experience. Pain is an unpleasant experience that causes changes in physiology and behaviour and makes creatures more likely to avoid danger in the future.
Let's take an example. If you put your finger in a candle, the sharp burn makes you much less likely to do it again. Oh! This feeling of pain is an important survival tool. But like Bob said, some animals just have reflex responses, like when a hammer taps your knee. This still results in them avoiding the fire, but lacks the conscious awareness of the pain. So is there any way to tell which is going on?
My lab has focused on whether the responses of various species of gastropod crustaceans, a group including lobsters, are just reflexes, or if they are more complex and consistent with what we'd expect if they do really feel pain. We have shown through the application of potentially painful stimuli, like electric shocks, that they experience physiological stress in response, rapidly learn to avoid the stimulus, and show complex, prolonged rubbing of the specific site of the stimulus application. This is reduced by local anaesthetic. Hermit crabs, given a small electric shock within their shell, remember that for at least 24 hours and quickly move to another shell if one becomes available. And many other decapods pay a high price to avoid shocks by giving up valuable resources. Finally, they make complex decisions regarding painful experiences. An electric shock might cause a hermit crab to abandon its shell, but less so if the shell is of high quality or if the odour of a predator is present, which indicates some kind of central processing. Thus, so many of the expected criteria are fulfilled, it is likely that these animals feel something akin to pain. Although total proof of pain is not available for any animal, we should err on the side of caution when that is warranted.
So, if you want a guilt-free lobster thermidor, it's probably better to be safe than sorry and ask for it to be killed humanely before you start cooking it. Thanks very much, Bob, for putting the lid on that query for us. Next week, we're reaching dizzying heights to answer this question from Matt.
If I fell out of a building, I would die. But if like a squirrel or a cat fell out of it, I think it would be fine. So how big does something have to be before fall damage will kill it?
We're on the case, Matt. In the meantime, no experiments of your own, please. And if you think you know the answer, drop us a line to chris@thenakedscientist.com, or you can join in the debate on the forum. That's nakedscientist.com/forum. I'm Georgia Mills, and thank you for listening.